I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash, and a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for pushing this truth and laboring in the footsteps that they've learned from, as it is. Damn it, I'm about to get in scriptures already. And I want to give a double honors to the bishops as well for enduring as well. Salaki. Two other scriptures just came to me. The book of Acts, chapter 8, verse 30 through 31. Oh, Lord. The whole Ethiopian eunuch, not Enoch. The whole thing with the Ethiopian eunuch is that the seed of Israel is as the sand of the sea. And he was an Israelite. Right? Case closed. Now, we're not going to get into all that right now. But I feel like doing that. So Acts chapter 8, verse 30. And Philip ran thither to him. Philip was an Israelite. Right? He's not going to run up to an Edomite that's reading scriptures and break it down to him. Right? And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, Understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, How can I, except some man should guide me? And he would desire Philip that he would come up and sit with him. Right? 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them, and that from a child that has known the holy scriptures. Right? We come into this thing as a child not knowing nothing. Right? Lord knows who you first heard some scriptures by outside of the church or the jail cell. And that from a child that has known the holy scriptures. If you're not coming as a child, if you're coming as a you know it all, you're through. You're through, stew, and the world's going to eat you up. Right? And that from a child that has known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Right? And that from a child that has known the holy scriptures is because it will be brought to your remembrance if the Lord wills. Right? The book of Isaiah chapter 59 verse 15 through 20. The Message version, MSG. Yahweh looked and saw evil looming on the horizon. So much evil and no sign of justice. He couldn't believe what he saw. Not a soul around to correct this awful situation. Why? Because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, New International Version. When a land falls into the hands of the wicked, he blindfolds his judges. If it is not he, then who is it? All right. So how did the land fall into the hand of the wicked? The book of Job, chapter 9:24, KJV version. That was the New International Version. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right. So the earth can only fall into the hands of the wicked if it's given into the hands of the wicked by the Heavenly Father. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? And if you don't think he could give the earth to whoever he want. What the hell is this?
Yo no estoy aquí. Ana, mira, te lo quito. Ya va. Ahí está. Yo también lo estoy grabando, pero espera. Qué loco, mira, están los dos. Mira el otro. Desapareció el otro, ese mal parido. No, ningún mal parido, no empecé hablando. Bueno, no mal parido, pero qué loco, mira. ¿Qué es eso, vale?
The Heavenly Father does what he wants, right? For as long as he wants to, wherever he wants to.
Mira cómo le dan los perros.
Right? It's over a minute. Whoops.
Because
Anyway. So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So he couldn't, there's not a soul around to correct this awful situation. Because it's given into the hand of the wicked. Why? Just as Pharaoh, he built Pharaoh of ancient Egypt up just so he could show his power and glory. Same thing he did now. So he did it himself, took on the work of salvation. Right? The work of salvation for who? The seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, fueled by his own righteousness. Right? He dressed in righteousness, put it on like a suit of armor, with salvation on his head like a helmet for who? The seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but their elect men, women, and children. Right? As it is written, all of Israel should be saved, but that'll be through regeneration, reincarnation, through coming back as a baby, as it is written. What I was trying to say, woe to the children. I can't remember how, it's what he said right before he said this. No. I got that. Lord willing, it'll come to me. But the whole point is this. Right? He put on judgment like an overcoat. So it's about to go down, according to all of the signs in the heavens and in the earth. And Esau, Edom. And threw a cloak of passion across his shoulders. That's for the elect. Right? That's for the elect, men, women, and children. He'll make everyone pay for what they've done. Fury for his foes. Psalms 83 comes to mind. Just desserts for his enemies. Two-thirds comes to mind. Even the far-off islands will get paid off in full. In the west, they'll fear the name of Yahweh. See, in the west, they're playing with the name of Yahweh. In the east, they'll fear the glory of Yahweh. In the east, they talking about Yahuwah, Yushi, Yoshi, all these different weird names. All right. But in the west, they playing with the name of Yahweh. And the only ones playing with the name, what you could talk about, playing with the names of Yahweh in the east is the Ishimites, Amalek, little Ishimite. So in the east, they'll fear the glory of Yahweh, right? The strangeness of our salvation, right? The fact that the prophecies have been spoken of in the place where it happened at, right? As it is written, the sign of Jonah the prophet. Jonah was out here prophesying all across, Nineveh was all across the country. One giant city take 3 days to travel, huh? Yeah, and that's crazy. It's 3 days to travel by horse, modern horse. Let's just call it that. So, for he'll arrive, Salaki, and the east still fear the glory of Yahweh, for he'll arrive like a river and flood stage. That's kind of spooky, right? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is going to arrive like a river and flood stage, and it's going to happen as a thief in the night, whipped to a torrent by the wind of Yahweh. I'll arrive in Zion as Redeemer to those in Jacob who leave their sins. Yahweh's decree. Alright, so let me get to this video.
All right, late night World War III emergency update. We got some insider intel from our friend of the channel, Rafi Farber, who is currently on the ground in Israel, and he sent us a message about what is going on there. And we got to talk about everything that is happening on the ground there. We also have to talk about some other geopolitical oddities and entities, mostly pertaining to World War III in Ukraine. But let's first start with the topic of gold. Gold hit a brand new record again. Feels like every day I'm saying the same damn thing. Gold hit a new record of 2,320.
But he's not saying the same thing, because later in his video, which don't take long to get to because I ain't listening to much of it, he's talking about some, you need to have cash. The main thing you need to have if the economy crashes is cash. What? Anyway.
$20, $20 more than yesterday, but that $20 signifies an increase in market cap of around $130 billion in real terms, because the USD that it's measured in has remained relatively stable over the last 6 months. So we're talking about a $4 trillion revaluation of gold, purely organically driven. Okay, you're not hearing about this in the media. This is being driven by central bank purchases, by maybe some rich guys, whales, you know, maybe some institutions, maybe some hedge funds quietly hedging. But by and large, this is purely organic. This is not speculative FOMO. You know, the retail investor has barely even entered the market yet. In fact, a lot of dealers of metals are saying that they're running out of metals to sell. So that's how bad it is getting. So what that tells you is two things, is that the media is suppressing the price of gold. Okay, they're not talking about this. They have to talk about it a little bit, but they're not talking about it too much, because if they talk about it a lot, that means they have to provide an analysis as to why the price of gold is going up. That's going to spook the markets. It's going to pique the interest of the retail investor. Everybody's going to FOMO in. The price is going to skyrocket, and that means that the central banks and the really wealthy people, and even the other nations who are currently hoarding that and other commodities, are going to have to pay more for it. They're trying to postpone that as long as possible. They know that if they were to make a big deal of this, like they do with Bitcoin and all the other speculative distractions, that people are going to start a new tulip craze, and they're going to FOMO the price. It's going to be a melt up. There's going to be a bit of a blow off top. There'll be a slight correction, but by and large, the price is going to stay highly elevated for an extended period of time. They don't want that. This is a barometer for...
Salaki for even playing it that long. That was amazing. Matter of fact,